So I really do think that the Dodgers in this particular series, and really it kind of bleeds into the DS as well, but it's held up incredibly to be true in the CS. You can make an argument that the MVP of the Dodgers in this round is Shohei Ohtani. You can. He's gotten on base. He's driven in runs. He's hitting a couple of homers. He looks like Shohei Ohtani again. You can make the argument that Max Muncy is the MVP of the NLCS. He got on base 12 consecutive times. He's constantly putting pressure. All of those things. You can make the argument that it's Mookie Betts. You could make the argument that it's any of those guys. I think the best argument, and even though this would not be my choice, I think the best argument for MVP of the NLCS is Tommy Edman. Tommy Edman is playing a premium position.
That's a good pick.
Well, he's leading the team in hits. He's on base all the time. He's creating opportunities for Shohei. Tommy Edman has been terrific.
Fantastic.
Terrific. And if it's not my other pick, I would pick Tommy Edman is my second choice.
Okay, I like Clinton's pick too.
He's not hitting at all.
But Freddie Freeman has been
been
a catalyst coming back from injury. Who knows? I mean, the fact that he took a shot and came back and played, that could have sparked your clubhouse.
Let me ask you this.
Not locker room.
And here's a good way to do it, I think. If Freddie Freeman didn't play in this series at all, are the Dodgers still where they are?
Yes, probably.
I think so,
most
too.
likely.
That's probably why he's not. If Shohei were cold, but everyone else is kind of the same, do they win this series?
Yeah.
I think so, too.
Be harder.
Same question for Mookie.
Yes, be harder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Max Muncy, everything else being the same, do they advance?
Max has been good.
He's been great.
Yeah.
Tommy,
he's doing his job.
He is. Yeah. But if everything else is the way it's been and you take Max out, do they still win the series?
I think you can get along.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Edman's the one you go, I don't know, maybe, probably. Let me ask you this. What about the bullpen? If the Dodger bullpen had not performed everything, Shohei's same numbers, Muncy same numbers, Edman same numbers, Betts same numbers, starting pitchers exactly the same numbers, but that Trinan, Phillips, Brazier, Kopech, Banda.
You're going to name the bullpen as the MVP?
Abso-blanken-lutely.
Wait a minute. What does MVP mean?
Most valuable personnel in this case. because DeMarco, if those guys aren't as good as they've been, you're not winning. You're not in this round.
True.
And these guys, sorry, Landon Knack, but I'm going to do it. With the exception of you, everyone else gets that name on the trophy.
Poor guy.
Even Kasperius has been good. Henriquez last night was really good. Every single guy that they've run out there has been lights out. If any of those guys, if Trinan had a bad night, Phillips had a bad night, Hudson had a bad night, Brazier had a bad night, are they where they are?
No.
No. And I know they're not going to do it.
That's been the biggest turnaround so far for this team has been pitching.
I want to make an argument for what I truly believe that's the most valuable.
But you cannot give the MVP to a group.
Okay, all right, hold on.
You cannot. Yes.
When the Dodgers won the World Series in 1981, they had a three-headed monster at MVP. They gave three people the MVP.
Who got it?
It was Garvey, Guerrero, and one other guy. I don't remember who the third guy was, but it was three guys. Can you look that up? 1981 World Series MVP, please.
MVP is more of a it's either a starting pitcher or an offensive award.
But they've done it. They gave it to three guys.
Yeah.
What's the difference between 3 and 5?
You
None.
Can't give it to an entire bullpen.
Why?
Because you just can't.
They already have. They gave it to three people in the World Series one year.
But they're not in the bullpen. Bullpen
What's
is
the
more than
difference?
three. There's more than three guys in the bullpen.
That's what I'm saying. But once
that.
we've done it, given it to more than one person, all the rules are off. Three's more than one. Five's more than three.
Okay.
So what's the difference?
But that was 1981. That was a long time ago.
I know it was.
You and I were both like 10.
They're the only team. I shouldn't say the only team. They would not be here without those guys.
Guaranteed.
They would be home.
Your MVP is Shohei Ohtani. No matter how you slice it, end of story. He's been the guy.
For the NLCS?
He's the catalyst. Of course, he's the guy.
It's the bullpen, and then it's Edman, and then I think it's probably Ohtani. Edman's been more valuable to the Dodgers in this series than Ohtani has as far as the position that he plays.
I'm not going to
the
deny
hits that he's getting.
But when the Mets take the field, when they have their meetings or practice or whatever, the first and the last 100%. Guy they talk about is Shohei Ohtani.
You're 100% right about that.
That means you are the most valuable guy. And they also have the same talks about Mookie, too.
But, DeMarco, you're right about he's the first guy they talk about. He's the last guy they talk about.
And we say this. We're not going to let Show beat us.
I get that.
That's an entire game plan.
I get that.
Yeah.
But they're going to do that. Shohei Ohtani could be 0 for 50. They're still going to do it. Is he still the MVP if he's 0 for 50? No. My
No,
point is the
but
performance matters.
But if he's 0 for 50, you're probably not winning.
I get it.
Yeah.
But he can be the most important person who you game plan against.
Yeah.
But he's got to perform, and he has performed, and that's why I think he's probably your third option. Edman has been more valuable to the Dodgers in these, what have we played so far, 4 games, than Ohtani has. It's close, but Ohtani doesn't play defense. Edman plays a premium defensive position.
You know this
leads
award
the
doesn't
team
go
hits.
to who it should go to every year, right? You know that.
So 1981 was Roy Say, Pedro Guerrero, and Steve Yeager.
Yeager, Say, and Guerrero. Okay, 3 hit. So let's do 5.
And it was a
Do
third
5
baseman,
guys?
outfielder, catcher.
Come on.
What's that?
They played third baseman, outfielder, catcher.
Yeah.
If it's 5 guys, then give it to one guy.
They're the most valuable guys. It happens to be more than one. We've already set the precedent that it can be more than one person.
Yeah, you can't be an MVP out of the bullpen.
They have 5 of them.
I know, but you can't. That doesn't work. It just
I'm
does not work that way.
I'm going to need a reason other than no, you can't do that.
It does not work that way. That would be unprecedented. That would be the first one ever.
Okay.
There have been other bullpens that have been just as important as this bullpen is to the Dodgers, but you can't give it to a group.
No. That's not true.
Yeah.
There's been individuals that have been, like Mariano Rivera, for instance, Dennis Eckersley, right? Guys that
there have been bullpens that are important to winning.
But it's usually a guy that you don't hit. This is 5 guys. They're pitching every game, multiple innings in every game. That's talk about unprecedented.
It doesn't happen. Yeah.
That's unprecedented.
The's no way you can split that thing in 5
I
ways
don't
and
think
leave
they're
one
gonna-
guy out. Everybody except Knack.
Well, he's the one that got clobbered. You don't get your name on it.
If he's in the bullpen and you're giving it to the bullpen,
So, like,
he gets a piece.
If this is the trophy, we'll put Blake Trinan here. We'll put Daniel Hudson here. We'll put Phillips. We'll put all the guys here, and then on the bottom we can put Landon Knack.
Oh my God!
We'll put it on the wooden base.
See, look, sometimes when you win a championship, guys you hate get rings too. If you give it to the bullpen, he gets one.
He gets a ring. He gets
the MVP.
No, he doesn't.
So he gets to lie to his grandkids. I was the MVP of the World
What's
Series.
5? Penta?
Yeah.
Penta.
That's why it's called a pentagon.
Penta MVPs.
Penta MVPs.
Penta MVPs.
You'd be opening up Pandora's
so
box.
we've had dual MVPs. We've had tri MVPs. I don't know if we've ever had a quad.
After this,
but let's just skip quad and go to Penta.
You're going to have field crews saying they're the MVP. If it wasn't for the grass, I cut this grass every day. It's perfect.
The grass is long in Citi Field.
I was going to say, if you told me that the grass was the reason they were winning, I'd listen to the field guys.
You can't give it to the field guys.
You can give it to the bullpen. You absolutely.
Okay. You're going to give it to the bullpen
I
over
would.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
Over Mr. 50-50.
That had nothing to do with
Your
these last
reason
4
for
games.
being.
This is the last 4 games. This is what we're voting on. They do not win these 4 games without those guys. Or 3 games, I guess it is.
Does anyone out there believe this?
Make a case why they're not the most valuable. Make the case.
No, I cannot. I'm just saying it's just you can't give it to a
It's
bullpen.
weird as hell. I
Yeah.
understand that. But if Edman were just snap your fingers, he's gone. Do they win the series? I think, and everyone else is the same. Take any of those individuals out, and I think the result is pretty similar until you get to, hey, your bullpen guys are not good. They're out.
You're
That's
done.
it.
Yeah, we're not having
Even
this
if you
discussion.
took Bueller out.
Yes.
Okay, a little dicier. You take Yamamoto out, who was really good last night. Yeah, a little those guys are pitching 4, 5, 6, in some cases 9 innings.
Can you give the Finals MVP to the bench players?
You gave it to Andre Iguodala.
I guess that's one guy, but I mean the entire bench. The entire bench gets the MVP.
Okay, this is what I'm glad you brought that up. Let's say in this scenario, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green were all averaging 11 points a game.
Not playing well.
They're not playing, let's say 15.
Not playing great.
Not playing at their absolute best.
Yes.
But Iguodala and David Lee and all the other guys on the team, they're like, yeah, they all had 25 tonight. You can't pick those guys.
You give it to the bench. I'm telling you, you're opening Pandora's box there.
What's the penalty? It's not going to happen very often. That's the whole point. It's not like this is setting a precedent that you're going to do it every year.
That's what they said with touchdown celebrations. See? If we
it comes back to the turnover chain.
You know who to blame for TO? Joe Horn.
Oh, the cell phone.
Uh-huh.
I like
See?
that one.
So
that was good.
so
I
did
like
T.O.
that one. What are we drafted, Em?